had a dream, and I had a dream a while ago about being in a room with some mathematicians, and I was a little intimidated because we were told to go up to the whiteboard and give our definition of our maximum equation that would equate to our completion, right? So the two went before me, and I was intimidated by their whole equation on the board, because math isn't really, mathematics in that level of degrees and symbols that is still code really isn't my forte. But as I went out there in my dream, the spirit just said erase the whole board, right? And as soon as I did, the spirit just said, now turn around and say, I'm going to leave this on here, but pretend the whole board is empty. And the spirit just said, now I say, you're completed. So I turned around and says, I'm done, right? That's full potential. There's nothing I need to touch to really present my Father, the Creator, all source, is full potential. Only when I write the equation do I limit Him through my perspective of how I render my equation. Make sense? So I can only give my rendering. I share my rendering of my mathematical equation that equates as my comprehension of how I see my Father. And there's a process right there. So we give a mathematical equation of sums and totals that balance out to resolve. And there's a reason I'm saying this to set this up.
Okay.
So the Spirit then said, if you need to put something on the board, put a dot. And that was it. So now we have perspective of Father. And this is what I need to explain, is this one dot. Because this is everything right here, but this is perspective. If I'm speaking from a vantage point or perspective, and I'm very far away from this, looking at a telescope, right? This dot is based on my perspective of me being far away. But as I journey, because this is all about becoming through the journey, okay? So my journey is to journey into the dot, and as I get closer, of course, that dot is exponentially going to grow based on my perspective. So this whiteboard is simply as a visualization of trying to extrapolate out my resolve. With this, we at some point, this whiteboard is going to turn blue,
Okay.
or black, or whatever. It's just a color, right? Just a color.
Yeah.
I'm talking about whatever the dot is. If this is all dot, then we're going to be Father, because this is the hidden.
So as you're entering into your becoming and going through your journey, that's going to expand.
That's going to expand, because now you've entered into what was seen from a distance. Now my perspective has changed as I've entered in. So at some point, we're just going to be into the blue,
Okay.
right? Father, behind the veil, per se. And as soon as we do, we enter back into the white room. Because now you're behind the veil, and you're going like, wow, I have now, because we started out with the full potential of a cleared whiteboard. But we have to know what the whiteboard is through perspective. And we've equated that as a mother and father component, right? As Yod He Vav He.
Okay.
And we've already shared with you and other people that Yod He Vav He is really a mother,
Right.
father. This is basics for us, for you too. Okay, but so now we've entered into this dot, so now we're behind the veil in the perspective of what is hidden, and we can equate this, because mother and father equate to what? Mother, because this would be the power means in direction, right? Or the hand that shows revelation.
Mm-hmm.
That's mother. She shows you the revelation so you can become the sovereign stand, or in humility. She shows you the vision is, and because this equates to humility and meekness. Mother, humility, teaching you, rendering you down. So the fuller measure of humility is meekness, right? So mother shows you the vision of the revelation to produce the intention, sovereignty, as father's revelation. And this could, if mother is light, then father would be dark. if mother is day, right? Because this is our day wrestle, then father would be night, right? There's many things I can put on here without going too far into this that would equate out. If mother, this revelation is revealed, I'm going into probably your light here, which I wasn't going to draw. I'll put it over here.
You're probably still good there. But
Okay. Right? Father, mother. Let's just keep it at dark, light.
Okay.
Now this connects to the stones on the ephods on the priest's shoulders, right? Because this would be the black stone,
Okay.
and this would be the white stone.
Okay. It's the Urim, I'm assuming.
Urim and the Thurim, right? Because they are on the shoulders governing the 12, the completion of 12, which would be the representative of Israel. But we still need to comprehend really what's going on, because this still equates as sorry, remove that. This still equates to a summational total of a tree. Because this is the tree in the garden, and we know that there's, and this is what we're going to break down here, is evil and good. Because Winnie the Pooh, the story is a narrative of evil and good. But we have to know really what's transpiring in this. Why can't we see Father know the tree? Because it says that this is the tree of good and evil, right? But something transpired there where they had to go on a journey. This is the journey of becoming, so they would know evil. But what is evil? So we're not going to get to that right now, because I want to just start. We will, but I wanted to shed light on the totality of this mathematical equation that is really all, because everything is all. Okay, so we're going to go into the deep, and by nature, it's atomic, because that's even Hebrew, atom. So we have one, tav, mem. So becoming one to the covenant of life, love, and light, you become sealed, right? Above, this would be Father's water. So that's really atomic.
Atom.
Right. And it also is the twins. So what we're trying to do is to produce a measure of deep, right? So we're going to comprehend what this is. Because that's the deep, right? Right. And it's kind of a riddle. And I would ask a question too, that, if this is completion as a Merkaba, do you think maybe that it could be in steps? I only drew it a different way. Now I have two heads. So now what I have is I have two pillars, and now I have kind of the tree of life. Right? All I did is I shifted a degree, because one was completion, and I'm trying, what the whole base of the Winnie the Pooh story is, when I share this, is turn to become. But if this is completion, then do you think there's steps to becoming? This shows a pillar and a pillar, a head and a head, and it almost has an owl quality to it. Knowing the dark and the light, but they're separated. There is Mother's mountains, but you have to go to the valley, and then up to know Father. Same language of inclination that produces up to become down to manifest through the activation, and then back up. But this is the best. This is where you're able to see Father correctly. I need to go over there to become Father. So this allows you to shed light on the dark. Okay? So just a perspective and what if. Not telling, just sharing.